from Sean Ross Sapp with Fightful.
Hey, Paul, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Sean.
So it's kind of wild to think after this year, Royal Rumble is next month, and you guys have had some success with stuff like Great American Bash, and obviously you've got New Year's Evil coming up. Have you all ever considered doing Royal Rumble as a standalone NXT event? I mean, on the women's side last year, like, there were more representatives from NXT than any brand, and if not, do you have any say in who it is that goes to the Royal Rumble from the NXT brand when it does happen?
There's always conversations about that as the Rumble gets closer every year. Look, I'm a big fan of having separation. Now, that doesn't mean that's the sole answer, but I'm a big fan of having some separation where there's some uniqueness. You know, I love the fact that Raw and SmackDown have Survivor Series. I love the fact that we have War Games. It's different. You know, it just has a different vibe and a different feel. I love the fact that the Rumble is the big thing that leads you to Mania. I think having those differences are great, and as you are building NXT up into its own brand more and more, having those differences be stark is great. I think when you have moments like the Rumble where they can all come together and have those moments, that's even cooler. So as that gets closer, I'm sure we'll have a lot of conversations about who we feel should be in there and who we feel we want to give that opportunity to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, folks, we'll do two more and then we'll wrap for the night.
Thank you. Next we'll go to William Pritchard with WrestleZone.com.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Hey, William, how are you?
Not too bad. I wanted to ask about the logistics of actually getting the War Games structure inside the Capitol Wrestling Center tonight. I know, on our side of things, there was some concern about how's it going to fit, how's it all going to work. You just speak to production-wise how difficult it was, what went right, if you can see things, after the event being over, like, stuff you would do different, the overall success.
Sure. It's a little bit like putting a ship in a bottle. I don't know how they do it. It's just really cool when it's in there. As we were building out the CWC, as a decision was made to do it, and the teams all came together to build that out, one of the questions that we all had was, as we did it, like, wow, War Games is around the corner. What do we do? And you start to float all the options around. Everybody does, and then we all come together and make a decision. So as we were thinking about it, one of the decisions one of the thoughts that was made was, how could we get it in here, and how could we do it if we did? And one of the things that makes this company amazing, and I would speak to it, is the television production, the teams that make the content, edit it, put it together, is second to none on anything in the world. Kevin Dunn's team, across the board, and then, even some of the guys here that work in the digital production and everything, I just can't say enough. Sometimes we put these shows together, and as the story packages come together, I'm just in awe of what they do and how they put it together. That team combined then with the team that creates the set design, the team that designed and built the Thunderdome, it's amazing. The team that, when they first talked to me about doing this with the CWC and showed me the design, I was like, oh my God. But then when we start to talk about how do you get War Games in there, that's a whole nother logistical challenge. And then one day you get the note that says, I think I got this figured out, and that they do what they do, and it's magical. And they showed it to me in a design format, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe you guys can do this. They put it all together, and then you get here today. The difficult part about it, the Capitol Center itself, we built the Capitol. To this day, I still feel like I bought a brand new car, and and I've got the manual, but I'm still trying to figure out what all the buttons do. Like, it's just so many things in here that we can do. How can we figure out how to use the walls in the video? How do we figure out how to use different lights and different things? You know, you're constantly just evolving it, and you know, it's again like having a brand new car where 3 months into it, you're like, touch a button, you're like, oh my god, I didn't know it did that, right? It's really cool. Tonight they put the War Games in here, and you know, production-wise, I thought we did a great job with it. I thought the team was amazing. Do I think it'll be better? Yes. Do I think there's a lot of things I would have done differently? Yes. Because until you're doing it live and until you're cutting it, until the people are in the ring and it's actually going down, you can't. You gotta drive the car and figure out how it all works. And tonight we drove the car. I thought it was amazing. I thought they did a phenomenal job of putting it all together, but I look forward to doing it again because we learned a lot tonight, as we do every single night. But I can't say enough good things about the team that build all this, whether it's Thunderdome, Capitol Center, everything in between. They're the best in the world.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
All right, next question will be our final one, please.
The last question will come from Kelly Wells with pwtorch.com.
Kelly, thanks as always hey there, Paul. Thanks as always for another great show. I was already going to ask about elevation over the year. NXT's always been about elevation, but has done, for me, some of the best elevation it's done ever this year, whether planned or by necessity because of COVID, including in the War Games matches tonight with who scored the pins and everything. Is there anybody you would call out as being so instrumental in being so good at restocking the shelves and so good at elevation over the times that NXT's been around?
For me, it's the whole team here. You know, nothing here is an individual thing. Everything is a team, and it's what's great about it. You know, I'm the one that gets on these calls and talks about it, and people talk about what I do. I'm a cog in the wheel, to be honest with you. And that goes from everybody here, from Matt Bloom and everything that he sets up here to every coach that works here. I can't say it enough. Sarah Amato is a rock star for me with the women's division. Love her to death, and just she's the glue that holds that thing together. I mean, you can look at anytime people have been like, oh my God, the division's depleted or something like that. A few months later, oh my God, they have the strongest women's division there is. You know, she's a massive cog in that, but it goes to the recruiting team, it goes to the training team, it goes to the coaches, it goes to the writing, it goes to every aspect of it, and then, you know, when you get past that, to have the people that have that long-term knowledge, whether that be the Terry Taylors, whether that be, you know, Brian James, the writers, the Shawn Michaels being here, hopefully Taker will be here more and more, you know, and then input that I get from others as well, and things that you know, you're seeing things along the way that are just allowing you to spot people's potentials, where they have that opportunity, and how you can make the best of it. And we all share in helping that happen. And then, to be honest, it comes down to the talent. And I think we harbor a culture here, to me, that is second to none. I know you hear a lot of people talk about it of things. It's not something that we talk about a lot, but internally here, the culture is second to none. It's just, you want to succeed, you want people that are here to succeed, you want to push them to that next level, and every tool to do it is here. So to me, sometimes when I see people that aren't doing it or didn't do it, it's usually that there's a mirror that they should be looking in somewhere. That's the hardest. To see in a mirror, first thing you got to do is open your eyes, and most people can't when it comes to them. So, you know, it's a tough look, but that's what they got to do. But to me, across the board, it's team effort here. stocking the shelf is what we do, building superstars of the future. 90% of Raw and SmackDown came through here. More will. It grows every day, and I'm excited for the opportunity for all of them.
Well, great work in a tough year, and thanks so much for the show tonight.
I appreciate it.
All right, that'll wrap up tonight's call. I'm just going to turn it over to Paul for closing comments.
Thanks. I just, again, thank you guys for the support. I know it's been a hard year for everybody. 2020's been tough. It's been tough on us, from a performance standpoint, from every part of it. And everybody's doing the best they can to get through it. Hopefully everybody can stay safe. They can continue to prosper into 21, and that this year will be a change and will really be a better year for everybody involved. Lots to look forward to, especially in WWE. NXT is kind of getting on a roll. New Year's Eve on January 6th. Really look forward to that. Look forward to getting some of our top talent back. And, again, just excited for all these new, young, up-and-coming talent that making names for themselves and becoming big stars. The future is bright. So I'll leave it with this, that one thing that I did miss tonight was when I left gorilla position was Pat Patterson sitting there next to me with tears in his eyes saying, "God damn it, Paul, that was great. The wrestling, oh my God, I just love it." And, it was a tough night from that standpoint because I could feel his presence here. He would have loved it. He would have been so proud of all these kids and what they were doing, and he would have loved the product, and he would have loved what they did tonight, and he will be missed. But I will leave it at that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pat. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you for the support.
Thank you, everyone. Have a happy and safe holiday season and stay safe. Thank you so much.
And that concludes today's call. Thank you for